I believe that the time is coming for Quant. I strongly do believe that during the next bull run, Quant could very well reach the price of $5,000. And now, even though that isn't financial advice, let me explain several reasons why I think that will happen. And the first reason why I believe Quant will at least reach the price of $5,000 is because I think that the Quant Network is absolutely fantastic. And in case anyone doesn't know what the Quant Network is all about, let me explain to everyone what the Quant Network is. First of all, when it comes to the Quant Network, it's made up of two things. It's made up of the Overledger OS and the Overledger network. And I first want to talk about the Overledger OS. When it comes to the Overledger OS, what it does is that it allows for individuals and institutions to build something called a multi-chain application. And some people may be wondering, oh, what is a multi-chain application? And a multi-chain application is an application that is built on top of multiple blockchains instead of just one, hence the name multi-chain application. So for example, through the Overledger OS, someone can build an application that, let's say, takes advantage of the speed of the Stellar blockchain while at the same time leveraging the security of the Bitcoin blockchain. Through the Overledger OS, individuals and institutions no longer have to be stuck building on only just one blockchain. They can use multiple blockchains. And I think that right there is extremely revolutionary. I think the Overledger OS is truly something that is very special. And that right there is what the Overledger OS is all about. And with that being said, I now want to talk about the Overledger network. And when it comes to the Overledger network, it is made up of the Overledger OS users. So on the Overledger network, the Overledger OS users can, for example, share their apps, their data, their resources, and monetize them. So overall, when I consider just how special the Quant network is, I truly do believe that Quant moving forward will have no issues reaching high prices. And when it comes to the second reason as to why I believe Quant will at least reach the price of $5,000 is because I believe that Quant has a very excellent use case. For example, if we take a look at this chart right here, we will see that Quant is used for enterprise licenses, it's used for developer licenses, it's used for platform fees, identity and account, transaction processing, application users, and gateways and staking as well. Quant is not short of any use cases. It has such a diverse use case, and I think that right there is something to behold, because when you truly think about it, right, most cryptocurrencies out there, they don't really have a use case for the most part. I mean, just truly think about it, right? There's a lot of meme coins out there that don't really have a use case. There's a lot of crypto projects out there that aren't really looking to solve anything, but when it comes to Quant, it's actually trying to solve real-world problems, it has actual utility, and it has very strong fundamentals. I believe that I can't go wrong by choosing Quant. And now the third reason as to why I believe Quant will at least reach the price of $5,000 is because when it comes to Quant, it is relatively scarce. I mean, when you think about it, right, Quant has a maximum supply of 14.6 million. And now that may seem like a lot to some people. Some people may think, oh wow, 14.6 million. Well, that's kind of a lot. But actually in the world of cryptos, in the grand scheme of things, it's actually not that much. Because for example, if we compare it to Bitcoin, Bitcoin has a maximum supply of 21 million. So the maximum supply of Bitcoin is actually 6.4 million more than Quant's. A lot of people, they like to say, oh, Bitcoin's rare, and it is rare, but you want to know something that is more rare, and that is Quant. And also when it comes to Quant, it has a much better use case than Bitcoin, in my opinion. When you think about Bitcoin, what is it really, right? For the most part, it is just a store of value. But that is not the case when it comes to Quant. Just like I mentioned earlier on in the video, Quant has such a wide array of use cases. Quant is not just only essentially a store of value. That is not the case whatsoever. Not only is Quant more rare than Bitcoin, but in my opinion, it also has a much better use case. There would never ever be a situation where I would say, hey, I'm choosing Bitcoin over Quant. That never happened. I would always choose Quant over Bitcoin. It's a no-brainer pick for me. I will always choose Quant over Bitcoin. And now, when it comes to the fourth reason as to why I believe Quant will at least reach the price of $5,000, it is because when it comes to Quant, I believe that they are focused on the right industry. For example, when it comes to Quant, one of their main focuses moving forward is NFTs. And some people may think, oh, who cares about NFTs? Aren't they down right now? And that is true. NFTs, they're not doing as good right now when compared to 2021. NFTs, they're not doing that hot right now. But I think in the future, moving forward, I do think NFTs will make a massive resurgence. And there's data that backs this up. For example, if we take a look at this right here, we will see that the NFT market is expected to be worth $3.5 trillion by 2030. And yeah, you heard that right. That's trillion with a T. 3.5 trillion, that's insane. The NFT market could potentially experience such massive and rapid growth in such a relatively short amount of time. I believe that Quant is doing the right move by being focused on NFTs. And I think if anything, what that showcases is the fact that Quant has a forward-thinking mindset. They're thinking about the future and they're focusing on industries that could potentially be massive moving forward. In conclusion, when I consider Quant's fundamentals, when I consider its use case, when I consider how special it is, and when I consider what industry it is focused on and just how much potential that industry has, when I take into consideration all of that, I really don't see why Quant will have any issues reaching the price of at least $5,000 during the next bull run. If anything, I think that's actually a very realistic target for something as special as Quant. And even though this video is not meant as an invitation to buy, sell, or trade cryptos, even though that is not the case whatsoever, I truly do believe that Quant moving forward will shock a lot of people. And I think that during the next bull run, Quant is really going to rock the house in such an amazing way. I can't wait. I'm so excited, and I am so bullish on Quant. Make sure to subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.